name is Ihor, and this is a Techno Break. And today I have this synth here, which I built with thought in mind that I'd like to have it as an instrument. I'd like to play it as an instrument, turn the knobs around and have fun with them, rather than having like too many modulation sources and stuff happening automatically. I'd like to play it on my own and then sample into the Octatrack. So, and yeah, with this in mind, I put two Dixies here, Bifold, which is truly amazing folder. I was really surprised about how can you perform on that. It's like, I didn't really expect that. I thought it's gonna be just, you know, for sound design purposes and whatnot, but for performance, it is really, really good. Then I have Polaris, which is filter, phaser, Quadrax, basically the amp envelope and filter envelope, the VCA. Then I have Scales, more for kind of sequence and performance, pitch modulation, and then the Steppy here, of course, and MIDI. And MIDI comes from the Digitakt into the Octatrack, and from the Octatrack here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And from the VCA, I go directly into the output. Then Digitakt. Digitakt has drum samples, and there is sequence already, and today we are at 143 BPM, so crazy, I know. And yeah, the Octatrack is more or less as live mixer. Basically, I have track 1, track 2, and track 3 ready to record the modular. Track 4 is playing back the Digitakt, and track 5 is playing back the modular, and then I have a couple of neighbor tracks with effects on them. And that's, yeah, and master, of course. Master, I just set up a couple of scenes on master, high pass and low pass, and basically nothing else. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the setup. Right now I'm gonna go a little bit through the patch, and if you're not really interested in the patch explaining, you can go to that timestamp and just jump into the kind of jamming session or live performance session, whatever it's gonna be. But right now I'd like to explain the patch a little bit because it's already here. So I have two Dixies. Dixies are the VCOs, so basically they are oscillators. They are exactly the same, even though they look a little bit different, but they are exactly the same. And they both are connected to the Bifold. And Bifold is a folder, so basically what it does, it folds the waves. Like whatever wave is coming into the bifold, you can fold it with different algorithms. Basically, it has two different algorithms, which is like one goes into input P, and the second one goes into input S. And I patched both of them, like both of the VCOs, into different inputs. And where this module shines, I think, it's this crossfade function. Basically, I have right now this VCO, the first Dixie, or P, which patched into the input P. I switch it to the not folded signal, and then another Dixie I put into the input S, which is folded. And then I can crossfade from folded or from not folded into the folded version of that same kind of wave. Or even, it's not like crossfading, it's rather mixing them together. And then I can try different wave shapes and stuff like that. Or the other way around, I can flip this around, or I can flip both into the folded version. So that was the purpose of having two voices and bifold here. Afterwards, it goes into Polaris, which is right now is low pass filter. Quadrax, as I mentioned before, VCA envelope and the VCF envelope. I thought to utilize these two, but yeah, again, going back into the topic of not having too much modulation around, but rather perform with the knobs on your own. I think that's the main reason why I did not utilize these LFOs or envelopes at the end. Then, yeah, the VCA, the Steppy, so everything goes into the VCA, and from the VCA goes into the output. So when it comes to the sequencing, I have Steppy giving triggers from output A into the envelopes, so both VCA and VCF envelopes. And then it also goes into the scales. And scales patched into both 1 volt per octave on both of the Dixies, so that I can kind of change the pitch while playing. So I'll try to show that as well, which I found pretty cool actually. So yeah, that's when it comes to the patch, I think that's pretty much it. And I do have a couple of cables here, but I think I'm not gonna patch anything. So let's do the jam. I'd like to start really with showing how the bifold works together with these two Dixies, and then jam a little bit. So let's start. I'm gonna start the sequence, and I'm gonna put just one trick somewhere here. So right now, you might need headphones to hear that because it's a sine wave. It's really kind of low pitched. Can make it a little bit to the 1 octave up. So this is sine wave, not affected by any fold. Nothing is going on really. So this is like the dry signal of this VCO going. And if I switch to this one, I have dry signal from this VCO as well. I can keep this one in between and mix them, but this is not a mixer. You can use it as a mixer, I guess, but it's really not. The magic happens if you flip this switch up to fold the input S, and then introduce some fold here with this knob, and then listen to that. I'm gonna go 1 octave down here. That's what I meant. You can play it and create some really interesting shapes. Let's add a little reverb here, a long one. And maybe a little bit filter. We can do that the other way around as well by flipping the switches. So right now this S input is going to be dry signal, and then we go into input P, which is different algorithm. I'd like to record this one, for example. And right now, I have a recorded version playing, and I can go ahead, like introduce the kick drum, for example. So we're gonna finish this and maybe a little, not that loud. And the beauty of that sound, I think, is that I just played it manually. Like, it's not the envelope or whatnot affecting the sound, but rather I did play it. So right now, if like I have this kind of, you know, bass line with a little groove going on, I can switch the Dixie into the sawtooth yeah, go ahead and really play some different kinds of things. Maybe something simple, like let's figure it out on the way. So I'm gonna do some sort of like a plucky sound, and then with the filter envelope a little bit, the resonance, something like that. Let's remove the reverb. Let's try folding this into... So this is not affected sound. I can introduce fold and fold it into the S. Maybe a little delay. And and right now playing with the filter. Let's record this one into track 2. I had filter here on that track, so I have to be careful when recording that stuff, like especially if you introduce some effect on one of the tracks, then if you re-record that, there might be a little bit of an issue. And right now, what I think I can do is basically some arpeggio sound, right? So, and this is a little bit tricky, maybe, or maybe not that much. So I'm gonna utilize again the sawtooth wave, make it kind of plucky a little bit, like really short. We can monitor the how it's gonna sound like by looking at this LED here. And I'd like to program a sequence here, like 3 notes, 1, 2, 3. So, and right now we've got these guys going, and let me just, you know, maybe put something super simple like this and try to introduce it with chorus, with reverb, no delay. I can remove one of the, and right now. And I can record this into the track 3. I mean, it's super simple, right? But I think it's pretty cool actually that you can come up with ideas on the way without like really spending too much time on thinking like, okay, I'm gonna put this into that one and something into something else. Let's try to introduce the closed head, but you know, like, okay, this is not recorded version playing yet. I want to, you know, maybe to change it a little bit, like with the filter, maybe more resonant. I'm pretty sure I can do that with scenes and stuff like that, but I was lazy enough not to configure everything and end up just, you know, like using the mixer and removing the volume here just to go fade back into the recorded version. But there is definitely a better way of doing it. And we remove the open head as well. That was another thing we recorded before that. What else? Let's get into the sine wave or pulse wave actually, and let's maybe do some crazy stuff again with the fader or folder actually. Yeah, something here. the sequence is still playing. This trick is cool, really cool. Let me try to... and maybe fold it a little bit. You can play the scales live. So if you go into the sequence mode, so basically, oh wait. So let me stop for a moment, because this feature I think is really cool. So basically Scales has a sequencer. So if you go into config and then press this button, it goes into dual mode, but if you press it again so that it flashes, you go into sequence mode, where you can program the sequences and whatnot. Pretty cool, amazing. But you can also, in the sequence mode, you can play it sort of live. You can even trigger the envelopes with it. Let me try that actually. So if I patch the trig, instead of going from Steppy, so let me remove this for a moment. If I patch the trig into the quadrats, and then if I press record and start playing, look what happens. Like if I play any button, it triggers the envelopes. And right now, listen to this. So we have only that sound. Maybe I can just remove this sound and listen. Isn't that cool? And then you can go one octave up, or up, or up. That's amazing. So let's go back into... So the default 0 octave is when neither of these buttons are flashing. So this one. And let's record live, for example. Let me put this one back. Okay. I think I recorded to that, to that version which was playing, but anyway. So I can go back into and introduce this, or maybe this arpeggio. Oh, I like this one. So I have a symbol like ride on the 8th channel, and then if you go into sort of break stuff and start introducing the ride. And now so this is how you play it live actually, and that's pretty cool and amazing, I think. I think first one I played not really on the grid, but anyway. And on the first one, we still have that sound like at the really beginning, you know? So we can really go into that sound as well. This one, and we go out. And now, oh man, I like it. Let's introduce something else. So I'm gonna go back and trigger some stuff. Not this one, maybe some, yeah, something like this. But let's maybe utilize, so the Steppy, I need Steppy here, and then maybe this one, I don't know, and this one. Let's do this. And maybe remove reverb, because, oh man, I was playing everything with this lush, big reverb stuff. Okay, this one. Okay. I really hope you enjoyed watching this Techno Break. If so, put a like on this video. If you did not, put a dislike and let me know how to improve these videos for you. Consider subscribing to support my channel, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, throw a comment in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation. I really enjoy doing such videos for you guys, and I really enjoy when you comment and like it, and it helps my videos to get a little bit more audience. I'm really thankful to all of you. It was a lot of inspiration going through all of this, and I hope you really like it. This needs reverb. I love reverb. I'm sorry, but I love reverb. I think it changes everything. What else? What do we have here? Anyway,